If you're over 60 and reaching for what you think are healthy snacks, what I'm about to reveal could save your memory, your bones, and possibly your life. There are 5 extremely popular snacks that millions of seniors eat daily, believing they're making smart health choices. But these seemingly innocent, healthy snacks are actually accelerating cognitive decline, weakening your bones, and destroying your blood sugar control. I'm talking about snacks sitting in your pantry right now with labels that scream whole grain, low fat, or natural, but contain hidden ingredients that are particularly devastating for aging bodies. One of these snacks increases your risk of cognitive decline, another weakens your bones while claiming to be healthy, and a third contains chemicals that literally damage your memory. Here's what's truly alarming. These snacks are specifically marketed to health-conscious seniors, but the food industry is using misleading labels to hide ingredients that can accelerate the very health problems you're trying to prevent. Doctors are begging their senior patients to stop eating these foods, but most people never get this warning. I'm not here to take away all your favorite snacks. I'm here to expose the truth about food marketing that specifically targets seniors with false health claims. The snack industry makes billions by slapping healthy labels on products that are anything but, especially for aging bodies that process foods differently than they did decades ago. After 60, your metabolism slows, your ability to handle blood sugar spikes decreases, and your body becomes more sensitive to inflammatory ingredients. What seemed harmless in your 40s can now contribute to cognitive decline, bone loss, and muscle wasting, the very problems that rob seniors of their independence. Let's expose the 5 most dangerous healthy snacks that seniors need to eliminate immediately, counting down from number 5 to the most deceptive. Rice cakes, the blood sugar destroyer. Rice cakes seem like the perfect healthy snack. They're low in calories, fat-free, and made from rice, which sounds natural and harmless. But rice cakes are actually one of the worst snacks for seniors because they have an extremely high glycemic index with virtually no nutritional value to support your aging body. When you eat a rice cake, your blood sugar rockets upward faster than if you'd eaten pure sugar. Rice cakes have a glycemic index of 87. That's higher than white bread and close to pure glucose. For seniors, this creates a dangerous cascade of problems that affects everything from your brain function to your muscle strength. Here's what happens in your body. The rapid blood sugar spike triggers a massive insulin response, followed by an inevitable crash that leaves you tired, hungry, and craving more carbohydrates. But for seniors, these repeated blood sugar swings are particularly devastating because your body's ability to handle glucose becomes less efficient with age. Research published in Osteoporosis International examined the relationship between high glycemic diets and bone health in older adults. The study found that seniors consuming the most high glycemic foods like rice cakes had significantly lower bone density and reduced muscle strength. The mechanism is straightforward. Repeated blood sugar spikes create inflammation that interferes with bone-building cells and muscle protein synthesis. But here's what makes rice cakes especially problematic for seniors. They provide empty calories without any protein, fiber, or healthy fats to stabilize blood sugar. You're essentially eating pure carbohydrate that spikes your blood sugar, triggers insulin resistance, and leaves you hungrier than before you ate. Many seniors eat rice cakes thinking they're being disciplined about calories, but they're actually setting themselves up for muscle wasting and bone loss. The lack of protein is particularly concerning because seniors need more protein than younger adults to maintain muscle mass, and rice cakes provide virtually none. Flavored or low-fat popcorn. The memory destroyer. Popcorn itself can be a healthy whole grain, but the flavored and low-fat versions marketed to health-conscious seniors contain some of the most dangerous ingredients for aging brains. These products often contain trans fats, artificial butter flavoring, and microwave chemicals that can literally damage your memory and cognitive function. The primary culprit is a chemical called diacetyl, used to create buttery flavor in microwave popcorn. This chemical is so dangerous that it's been linked to serious lung disease in factory workers, but it's also crossing the blood-brain barrier and damaging brain cells in consumers, particularly seniors, whose protective mechanisms are weakened. But even more concerning are the trans fats hidden in many flavored popcorns. While trans fats have been banned in many foods, they're still present in some snack products, and they're particularly devastating for senior brain health. Research published in PLOS One in 2015 found that trans fats significantly damage memory function and increase LDL cholesterol, both critical concerns for aging adults. Here's how trans fats specifically harm senior brains. They integrate into brain cell membranes, making them less flexible and interfering with neurotransmitter function. This leads to problems with memory formation, recall, and overall cognitive processing. For seniors already at risk for cognitive decline, consuming trans fats is like accelerating brain aging. The low-fat versions are often the worst offenders because manufacturers replace natural fats with chemical compounds and artificial ingredients to maintain flavor. These chemical additives create inflammation throughout your body, including in your brain, where inflammation is directly linked to dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Many seniors choose flavored popcorn as an afternoon snack, thinking they're avoiding more caloric options. But they're actually consuming brain-damaging chemicals that could affect their cognitive function for years to come. Dried fruit, the concentrated sugar bomb. Dried fruit is heavily marketed to seniors as a healthy, natural snack that provides vitamins and fiber. But the drying process concentrates the sugar to dangerous levels while removing the water that helps you feel full, making it incredibly easy to overconsume sugar without realizing it. A small handful of dried cranberries contains as much sugar as a candy bar, but without any of the water content that would normally help you feel satisfied. Many dried fruits also contain added sugars and preservatives, like sulfur dioxide, which can trigger inflammatory responses in sensitive individuals. For seniors, the concentrated sugar in dried fruit creates the same problematic blood sugar spikes we discussed with rice cakes, but with an added concern. The sticky nature of dried fruit makes it particularly damaging to dental health. As you age, your saliva production decreases, making it harder to neutralize the acids produced when bacteria feed on the concentrated sugars coating your teeth. Research published in the journal Nutrients in 2016 found that frequent consumption of dried fruit was linked to increased risk of metabolic syndrome in older adults. The study showed that the concentrated sugars in dried fruit contributed to insulin resistance, abdominal fat accumulation, and inflammatory markers that are particularly dangerous for seniors. But here's what makes dried fruit especially deceptive: the health halo effect. Because it comes from fruit, people assume it's automatically healthy and consume large quantities without considering the concentrated sugar content. A quarter cup of raisins contains over 20 grams of sugar. That's 5 teaspoons of sugar in what seems like a small, healthy snack. The lack of satiety from dried fruit is particularly problematic for seniors trying to maintain healthy weight and blood sugar control. You can easily eat 200 to 300 calories of dried fruit without feeling full, leading to overeating and blood sugar instability that affects energy levels throughout the day. Fruit-flavored yogurt, the bone-weakening imposter. Fruit-flavored yogurt is aggressively marketed to seniors as a calcium-rich, probiotic powerhouse that supports bone health and digestion. But most commercial fruit yogurts contain so much added sugar that they actually work against bone health while disrupting the gut bacteria they claim to support. A typical small container of fruit-flavored yogurt contains 15 to 20 grams of added sugar. That's 4 to 5 teaspoons of sugar in what's supposed to be a healthy snack. This sugar content is particularly devastating for seniors because it interferes with calcium absorption, the very mineral seniors need most for bone health. Here's the cruel irony. While you're eating yogurt for its calcium content, the added sugar is actually preventing your body from absorbing that calcium effectively. High sugar intake triggers inflammatory processes that interfere with bone-building cells called osteoblasts, leading to net bone loss over time. A comprehensive BMJ study examined sugar intake and frailty risk in seniors, following thousands of participants for several years. The researchers found that seniors with the highest sugar intake had significantly increased risk of developing frailty syndrome, the combination of weakness, weight loss, and low activity that leads to loss of independence. But the sugar in flavored yogurt also disrupts the gut bacteria that are crucial for immune function and overall health in seniors. While yogurt contains beneficial bacteria, the added sugar feeds harmful bacteria and yeast, creating an imbalanced gut microbiome that contributes to inflammation throughout your body. The marketing of these products is particularly insidious because they're often positioned as light or low-fat options for health-conscious seniors. But removing fat and adding sugar creates a product that spikes blood sugar, promotes fat storage around your midsection, and contributes to the insulin resistance that leads to diabetes. Many seniors eat fruit yogurt daily as part of their breakfast or as an afternoon snack, not realizing they're consuming as much sugar as a dessert while believing they're supporting their health. Granola bars, the ultimate health food. Deception. Granola bars top our list as the most deceptive healthy snack for seniors because they combine multiple dangerous ingredients while hiding behind labels that scream whole grain, fiber-rich, and natural. These bars are essentially candy bars disguised as health food, containing added sugars, inflammatory seed oils, and refined carbohydrates that are particularly harmful for aging bodies. Most commercial granola bars contain 8 to 12 grams of added sugar, inflammatory oils like soybean or canola oil, and high glycemic ingredients that spike blood sugar rapidly. For seniors, this combination creates a perfect storm of inflammation, blood sugar instability, and metabolic disruption. The added sugars in granola bars don't just affect blood sugar. They trigger inflammatory processes throughout your body that are particularly damaging for seniors. This inflammation contributes to joint pain, fatigue, and cognitive problems that many seniors assume are just part of aging. A landmark JAMA study examined the relationship between high glycemic foods and cognitive decline in older adults. The researchers found that seniors consuming the most high glycemic processed foods, including granola bars, had significantly faster rates of cognitive decline and increased risk of dementia. But the seed oils in granola bars may be even more concerning than the sugar. These highly processed oils are rich in omega-6 fatty acids that promote inflammation throughout your body. For seniors already dealing with age-related inflammation, consuming these oils regularly can worsen joint pain, cardiovascular problems, and cognitive function. Here's what makes granola bars particularly deceptive. They often contain small amounts of nuts, seeds, or dried fruit that allow manufacturers to claim they're healthy. But these beneficial ingredients are overwhelmed by the sugar and processed oils that make up the majority of the bar. The marketing specifically targets health-conscious seniors with claims about fiber, protein, and whole grains. But the reality is that most granola bars provide minimal nutrition while delivering a concentrated dose of inflammatory ingredients. Many seniors eat these bars as meal replacements or regular snacks, not realizing they're consuming products that contribute to the very health problems they're trying to prevent. Let me recap these 5 deceptive, healthy snacks that are actually undermining senior health. At number 5, rice cakes spike blood sugar higher than candy while providing zero nutrition, contributing to bone loss and muscle wasting. Number 4, flavored popcorn contains memory-damaging chemicals and trans fats that accelerate cognitive decline. Number 3, dried fruit delivers concentrated sugar bombs that promote metabolic syndrome and dental problems. Number 2, fruit-flavored yogurt contains so much added sugar that it actually prevents calcium absorption while disrupting gut health. And our number 1 offender, granola bars, combine multiple inflammatory ingredients behind deceptive health claims. The pattern is clear. The food industry uses health-focused marketing to sell products loaded with sugar, inflammatory oils, and chemical additives that are particularly harmful for aging bodies. The key to protecting your health as a senior isn't just avoiding these deceptive snacks. It's learning to read beyond the marketing claims and understand what your aging body actually needs. Real healthy snacks for seniors should provide protein for muscle maintenance, healthy fats for brain function, and nutrients that support bone health without spiking blood sugar. Don't let food companies profit from your health concerns by selling you products that accelerate the very problems you're trying to prevent. When you see labels claiming healthy, natural, or whole grain, look at the ingredient list instead. If sugar appears in the first 3 ingredients, or if you can't pronounce half the ingredients, it's not the healthy choice it claims to be. Your health is too valuable to waste on foods that work against your body's needs. Every snack choice is an opportunity to either support your cognitive function, bone health, and energy levels, or to contribute to inflammation, blood sugar problems, and accelerated aging. Remember, aging successfully isn't about deprivation. It's about making informed choices that support your body's changing needs. You deserve snacks that actually nourish your body rather than exploit your health concerns with misleading marketing. Take control of your snack choices by focusing on whole foods that provide the nutrients your aging body craves. Your brain, bones, and energy levels will thank you for choosing real nutrition over clever marketing.